The diagram shows two triangles ABD and BCD. AD equals 16.5 centimeters and BD equals 12.4 centimeters. Angle ADB equals 64 degrees. Angle BDC equals 53 degrees and angle DBC equals 95 degrees. Find AB. To find AB, we need to look at triangle ADB. Since triangle ADB is not a right angle triangle, this means that we cannot use the regular trigonometry to find side length AB. When it's not a right angle triangle, we use the sine or the cosine rule. Which rule we use will depend on the factors that we do have to work with. If we make side AB equal to A, then the angle opposite it must be equal to angle A, and the other sides can be B and C. So we know the values of angle A, side B, and side C. This means that we have everything we need in order to find A using the cosine rule. If we were going to use the sine rule, we have angle A, B, and C, which is not enough to use the sine rule to find side length A. If we were going to use the sine rule to find side length A, we would either need angle B or angle C as well. So the only way that we can find side length AB is by using the cosine rule, where A is AB, B is equal to 12.4, C is equal to 16.5, and angle A is equal to 64 degrees. Find BC. To find BC, we must look at triangle BDC. Since triangle BDC is not a right angle triangle, again, we must be using the sine rule or the cosine rule. If we let side length BC equal to A, the opposite angle must equal to angle A. And if we let side BD equal to B and the other side equal to C, this means that angle with 95 degrees is angle C and the other angle that we don't know is angle B. So we want to find the value of A, and we know angle A, side length B, and angle C. So right now we don't have enough to use the cosine rule or the sine rule. If we were going to use the cosine rule, we would need to find side C first. And if we were going to use the sine rule, we would need to find angle B or side length C. Since we have the two other angles inside triangle BDC, it's a lot easier to find angle B than to find side length C. Because we can find angle B from the fact that the angles inside a triangle must add up to 180. Therefore, angle B equals 180 minus 95 minus 53, which equals 32 degrees. And now that we have angle B, we have everything we need to find side length BC. So using the sine rule, we have BC over sine 53 equals 12.4 over sine 32, and we can use this to solve for BC. The diagram shows a sector of a circle of radius 3.8 centimeters. The arc length is 7.7 centimeters. Calculate the value of y. The question says that the arc length is 7.7 centimeters. We also know that we can find the arc length by doing angle over 360 degrees multiplied by 2 pi r. In this case, our angle is equal to y and our radius is equal to 3.8. So we know that 7.7 must equal y multiplied by 2y multiplied by 3.8 divided by 360. And we can use this equation that we set up to solve for y. Calculate the area of the sector. We can find the area of the sector by doing angle of sector over 360 degrees multiplied by pi r squared. We already have the value for the angle, which was y, or 116.1, and we already know that the radius is equal to 3.8. Therefore, we have everything we need to find the area of the sector.